All right, everybody, it's Golf DMV. The second time that I started the show because I got a little tongue-tied. What's the cat's got your tongue, or something's got your tongue. Maybe the Great Goose has your tongue. We're talking about golf in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Of course, LB, Vern, and yours truly, Claude Jennings, in the house. Lots of stuff to talk about. We've got Lydia Ko back in the winner's circle. We'll get a little bit of talk a little bit about that. The season of the old dude continues on the PGA Tour. We'll talk a little bit about Stewart Cink's win, of course. Vern lost a little bit of money at Waverly Woods. Billy Horschel has caught Vern's attention. Manny had his first start at the PGA Junior League. But just this one thing. Well, you know what? First of all, brought to you in part by Cache Spine Sports. You can go at golfdmv.com and learn more about Dr. Smith. Get your neck right, get your back right. It is spring. Summer's coming up. Golf trips are coming up. You want to make sure that the body is performing at peak levels. And Dr. Smith will at least help try her best to get you right. And if she can't get you right, it's not her fault, okay? It's yours. She will still take your money even if you're not right because she performed her services. And so you got to pay her. That's just because your body's not right, it's not her fault. She did what she had to do. So anyway, she
upgraded to a new, I went to the new facility last week as well.
In the new really facility.
Nice. Yeah, nice. She got more space.
Nice. We'll make sure that you get all the updated information on Dr. Smith there, Cache Spine Sports. You know what? Also, so I'm recording. So we've been, since the pandemic, we've been, in our homes recording via Zoom. Anyone who's watched the videos can probably tell that. But usually I'm either in the home office recording on Zoom or I'm in the basement. I had some work to do earlier today and I didn't move. I'm in the dining room. And so if the oven goes off, my wife's cooking, if, Manny runs down the stairs and you hear it, guys, I'm recording from home. I was going to move, but I just didn't feel like it. And so you may hear some interruptions on the show and that's okay. That's fine. It just is what it is. And so I just wanted to.
At least you don't have a dog barking in the background like I listen to on every conference call I'm on nowadays.
Exactly. I can assure you that there will be no dogs barking in the background. So let's see. Let's go ahead and start with season of the old dude continues. So we talked about this where we've been seeing a lot of golfers in their mid to late 40s on the leaderboards in tournaments, but they don't end up winning. But this time, Stewart Cink ends up winning the RBC Heritage, and I'm happy that he won. Stewart Cink in his 40s, his son is on the bag. And again, with these older guys, we've seen family members or fiancés, on the bag for a lot of these guys. And Stewart Cink, really took control. I believe it might have been the second round, and then continued in the third. And the fourth round was basically just layup line for him. Just don't screw it up. And he didn't, and he ended up winning. So we'll start with LB, then we'll go to Vern. What do you think about this year of the old dude or just RBC Heritage in general?
Well, I almost resent the label old dudes because they're all still 10 years younger than me. So
that's true. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah, a little salty about that part. But other than that,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything. I didn't even think about it. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, see, I know you just think of me as one of the boys. I understand. It's all good. Yes. I'm glad, like you said, that he was able to hold on to it and keep it because most time old guys fade toward the end, day 3 and 4. But he kept it tight and he didn't do much on Sunday other than not give it away. Because I think he was 1 under. I think it was 1 under for Sunday or something like that. I was more surprised at the OGB coming in second place more than anything. That was shocking to me. I just wouldn't even see that high up on the leaderboard and stayed there. Because I think he got there because he's he does it all the time. He'll bubble up on day 1 or day 2 and then you don't see him no more the rest of the weekend. I was more excited for him than anything. I take that back. I wasn't excited for him. I was surprised to see him because he's not my favorite golfer. But yeah, Stewart Cink, hooray. His son was on the bag. That was kind of cool with the family members out there. Somebody else, and I forget, and I heard today that somebody else uses their wife is actually on their bag. And I forget the name. The name escapes me now because I'm old and I forget stuff. That's what we do. I don't remember the golfer's name. But it was kind of cool seeing the son out there and the fun that they were having in the conversations, that kind of thing. I wonder what that means going forward though, with his son on the bag and winning, and they seem like they had a really good time. Does that mean, and now that he got that win that puts him up higher in the FedEx points?
Yeah.
So he's going to probably going to have a good long season this year. So will his kid continue to not go to work and be on his bag for him? Is he a good luck charm now? I wonder.
If I'm a kid, I wouldn't. And so we know Lee Westwood's fiance caddies, and maybe I think it's Steve Stricker's wife.
Might be Steve Stricker.
Yeah. Vern, RBC. Your thoughts?
So yeah, number one, like LB said, congratulations to Stewart Cink, 47 years old. Last year, so the story that came out of this after the round, if you guys saw, was basically his jump up in distance. Last year, 113th in distance, sitting around 295, and this year 26th. Averaging about 306, I believe it was.
Wow.
Exactly. And now for everybody, anybody listening to this podcast heard me talk about JP and all this distance stuff. Yeah, go ahead and get chuckles on. Let me tell you what he did. Listen, balance, flexibility, stability, and core strength. He said those were three of the keys. Quote, it's weight training, it's body weight, it's balance, it's core. In golf, when you try to get stronger and fitter, you're trying to build a support base for what you're trying to do with your swing. Sounds familiar? Sounds like what JP was talking about. The second thing he said was basically know your golf swing. I'm not going to quote him, but to paraphrase, he just said, don't at the age he's at, as you get older, don't make major overhauls. Understand what you do well and what you don't do, and just try to maximize the best parts of your swing. And the last part, which we all did, fittings. He said, make your equipment efficient. And here he talks about just trying to change the equipment to get the most out of his swing. Very basic building blocks. We'll wait for you to add, 10, 15, 20 yards to your game at the age of 47 and then come out with the W. But yeah, no, I was definitely happy for him. It was cool to see his son on the back. He has two sons, I believe. The older one, I believe.
That's the oldest one that's on the bag.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think the other one is still in either high school or college.
The youngest one. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that was cool to see. Seeing Varner up there was pretty interesting. I only watched like the first two rounds. I was trying to get to the last two, but I was too busy this weekend. I did see Will Zalatoris. For anybody who didn't know, he had, for all of us, we have the little punch shot through the trees. Will had one of those shots. When pros have these shots all the time, we just ignore it because they push it right through and it's no problem. He does it. It ends up in somebody's backyard. Goes right through. Hit the tree, shoots right.
Yep. You can hear really loud ricochet too.
Exactly.
You can hear
exactly.
it well.
And I couldn't be happier. I mean, I'm glad it happened to him. I mean, he's got a
but
great life. He's 24. He, graduated from Wake Forest. He finished second in the Masters. He can hit a tree and go someone's backyard. It's all good.
Yeah,
he'll be okay.
I found out from listening to some other podcasts too that he's like, he played Matt Augusta before with some boys on a golf trip. Like his dad went to Dallas to buy them all. Yeah, so he's good. I don't feel bad at all. Yeah, I'm not critiquing. Hey, great. Glad you have it easy, but I'm not feel bad at all. So no, but happy for Cink and the old guy renaissance. Just to your point in general, Claude, I'm with it. Like you said, Lee Westwood showing up, Cink showing up. I don't know if we can count Casey. Casey's in his 40s, right? He's on the brink of being like an old guy or maybe a champion of years past or something like that. So
can we come up with another phrase other than old guy?
Player in their 40s. The
40-year-old crowd. 47 is impressive though. For all the amateurs out there listening who are like, I'm stuck with my distance. You're really not. Obviously he's at a pro, but if he can get 10 or 20, that's not to say you can't get 5 or 10. So I'm here for the renaissance, and that's going to tie into something later when we get to Billy Horschel, when we see this guy winning at 47 with his distance game.
Yeah, no, and like you said, congratulations to him, and and for these guys who couldn't grab a win when Tiger was hot, and now they're trying to get these wins that he can't play. Let's do a quick Manny Millions on the RBC Heritage, and then we'll move to the LPGA.
All right, this week's last place winner was Sung Kang.
Wait a minute. Was Sun Kang the one? He wasn't the one who kicked his putter, was he? Because there was another Asian player
that broke his putter.
No, because that was last week. No. There was a guy who putted. He missed the putt. He flicked the putter up and then kicked it, and it went into the brushes.
Oh no! I
gotta send it. I gotta send the video. Okay. I mean, it was so funny because, again, he misses it. And then he's so disappointed. He tosses it in the air. And then as it's coming down, he kicks it.
It is in fact Sun Kang.
Yes, that was
wow.
Yes, during the second round, punted his putter onto the rough. Yeah. Yep.
You've got to watch the video. And the thing that I love the most, I love golf commentators, especially the ones who get it. and the comment was, "Oh, that's such a good drop kick there. Oh, he just drop kicked the putt. Yep, he's not happy. He's not happy."
Oh wow! I'm looking at it live, and it is amazing. He got that thing all the way across the green, LB. It's amazing.
And then he kicks it. And
since we're
again,
diverging, I'm looking now.
When you have these commentators who gets it, not someone's going to say, "There's no place in the game for stuff like that."
Right.
You got to be more mature and hold your
yeah.
head. No, forget that. I love the guys like, "Oh, that's a great drop kick there."
Yeah.
Oh, he's upset. He's upset. You know what I mean? And then he kicks it, and but then as he walks to get the putter, he looks back to see where the ball ended up.
Yeah, he still wants to know
because he has another putt left. Oh goodness! So that was so Sung Kang finished.
He was. He finished last.
Anger issues.
Yes. So Sung Kang is originally from Seoul, South Korea. Lives in Irving, Texas now. He finished at +5. He won $15,265. Sung is 5'8". 165, 33 years old. He's married, got one rugrat. He joined he went pro in 2007, but he didn't join the PGA or the Korn Ferry Tour until 2011. All right, here we go, guys. He has one win, the 2019 AT&T Byron Nelson. This is lone win, lone PGA win. He has 2 second place finishes, 3 third place finishes, and 15 top 10s. Out of 208 events, he's made 109 cuts. What is his career earnings?
I think Vern won the last one.
Actually, I think perhaps I did.
so.
Maybe it was our guess. Yeah, but so I'm gonna go with you said 15 top 10s?
15 top 10s.
15 top 10s. So I'm gonna go with this is gonna seem low. 12 and a half. I don't think it's that much.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 9.
I see what you did.
Okay. And he did it well. 9.6 is the number.
Damn, I'm back.
Back, baby.
It's actually good.
So just little tidbits about him, not a whole lot. He's a Lakers fan. So he played before he joined the Korn Ferry or PGA Tour. He played on the Korean PGA Tour, the Asian PGA Tour, the One Asian Tour, and the Japan Tour Golf Tour. I'm
surprised about that Japan Tour thing because they would have literally did an honor killing right there on the course if he would have kicked that putt.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can only do that stuff in America. You can't do it over there.
They're not having that.
Yeah, that's about it. I didn't watch much of the tournament. Actually, I saw some of the first and second round. I didn't see any of the third, and I caught the fourth before I fell asleep. I caught like maybe 4 or 5 holes, and then I passed out because I was exhausted.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of it too, but you know what? I did watch a lot. I did watch a lot of the LPGA Tour.
Yes.
LB, I bet you watched more of the LPGA Tour. All I'm going to say is I'm not saying that I'm a prophet or that I can read fortunes or the future, but I do believe on this show that I was always touting the LPGA. Watch it. It's good. And I predicted, LB, if you start watching this, you're going to watch it more and more and more. And now you are, bro. Welcome to the club, man. I love watching the LPGA.
I do too. It also seems to me too. One of the things I've noticed is their courses seem to be better than the men's. I don't know if it's just I don't know what it is about them. They seem to be in better shape. They always seem to be in nice destinations as well. I mean, they were in Hawaii this week. I don't know what it is about their courses. That maybe they got better cameras on the LPGA Tour, but the courses just look spectacular when they're playing them.
Right.
I did watch a lot of it.
I did too.
What was interesting to me was Lydia Ko. I didn't up until the other day. I hadn't. Maybe I have missed a lot of, but the cameras were never that. I don't know how I'm gonna say it. I didn't get a feel for her personality before until this weekend. Because the cameras, I mean, it was nobody. They still had no spectators, so the cameras was on her. I mean, you could bust pimples off her face. Right. They were so tight, and they had in a conversation between her and her caddy, she was just laughing and giggling, and seemed like a really cool person.
There was one shot where she hits the ball off the tee box. She comes back, and I think Nelly Corder was about to tee off, and she turns and shows her little sandwich that she's about to eat, and she's laughing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Great personality. And a lot of the ladies have that. The Quarter sisters have that. Lydia Ko has that. A lot of the ladies have that. Danielle King obviously has the great personality. Leslie Thompson, not so much, but
Even MB Park, who I always thought was pretty stoic in her personality, she seemed to come to life a little bit more in this last tournament, at least when they were interviewing her as well. So I enjoyed watching it. And so back to Lydia, I mean, minus 28, she took ass and took names. You know what I mean?
I just want everybody to know I was only quiet during that segment because you guys said all of my LPGA takes as well. I had
that's why you were so quiet.
I watched so much of it. And I was like, oh, they're saying the exact things I would say. So I just it's not because I didn't see it.
By the way, just 23 years old, right? Because I think she started in her teens on the LPGA tour. She already has like 16 wins on the LPGA tour. I think in total, she's got 20 something, if you count like the European stuff and some of the Asian tours. But 16 wins already, and she won a lot of those in her teens because she's 23. She hasn't won in 3 years.
That's what's actually, I heard it was a drought between this one and the last one.
Because she was killing it. And then what did she do? She changed stuff, start tinkering with swing, change coaches, all that, which is fine. But I mean, she was so dominant, and I just don't understand. And why these folks get so dominant, and then that's when they want to change something. I don't get it.
Keep doing it until it stopped working, then change it. Then try and fix it. Yeah.
Golf is so weird. It's the only time or the only sport or profession or something where you can be on top and be dominant, and then you want to change what you're doing. Like do it and maybe think forward, but why not? Like LB said, like if it stops working, then let's tinker and change and that. But I was happy, and she won. She did the little hula dance after
I missed the hula dance. I gotta go check that out.
She did that because that's what they do in at this particular.
Oh, right, because it was in Hawaii. Yeah,
man.
It was a 7-shot win too, so she wasn't. I mean, she kept the pedal down the whole way.
And it seemed like there would be, because I don't think she came into the final round with that big lead. Maybe it was 2 strokes or 3 or something over Nelly Quarter, and right around hole number 8 or 9 or something like that.
She walked away with it. MB Park and Jenny Shin both shot 63 on the 4th round too to get back into it. MB Park finished second, and she barely. What was impressive to me about her was she barely made the cut. Because the cut, I think, I want to say was -3, and she was like on the border most of that second round, and she was close to missing it. And I think she got through. Well, she got through, but I think she only got through by like 1 shot,
and then got hot,
and then got right because she, like I say, she shot 63 on the that's I want to say Sunday, but it was actually Saturday, their 4th round. So it was a really good tournament. I enjoyed it. A little disappointed in my. Say my girl's name for me.
Aria Jatanagarn? Well, Moria is the one that you are fond of.
But I've noticed the last tournament, Ariel was looking kind of nice too. So I don't know if what's going on with it. They got a competition going on, but she getting it together too.
A competition for your heart. Got it.
Hey, get in line, ladies. There's a bunch of ladies you got to get in front of. So they both missed the cut. Cheyenne Woods missed the cut. Surprise. Little disappointing, and Mariah Stackhouse, she missed as well.
Did Patty Tavatanakit?
No, she didn't play.
She didn't play. Okay.
No, she didn't play.
She's been hot lately. She's been hot lately.
She didn't play.
I was surprised.
But the other, I can't think of her name now. I have to look it up.
I know who you're talking about.
The one who was in the lead for second round. She had the second round lead.
What about her are you trying to mention?
Just her game. I mean,
you sent several text messages.
Claude trying to steer the conversation to the safe zone.
Well,
no, I'm just trying to because I think I know I thought I knew who you're talking about, depending on what you were.
Okay. Well,
we talked about a lot of people.
Well, right. I can't think of her name at the moment. It's short. SHSOH or she had the second round lead.
Asian name?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Asian woman. Kind of nice. Yeah, kind of nice, attractive. Let me say it that way. Physically attractive.
So Young Rue?
No.
So Young
I don't think it was her. I'm looking through the list now to see if I can find her name. But she had I think she had the second round lead. and then she lost it.
Right.
Of course.
Speaking of the LPGA and Golf DMV, by the way, we're thinking about running down for the Kingsmill tournament there in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Right. Just assuming they let us be. Are we going
right? Because they didn't have any spectators at this one, but maybe there's some media folks in.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I'm looking. I can't find it at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, she had my attention. Let me just say it that way.
Okay.
She had my attention for quite some time. And she was crushing the ball too. She had a really good. She's a long driver as well.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't find it, but she faded. She faded to after the second round.
Which brings up another great point because like you said, Patty Tavatamikit and then this young lady, driving the ball well. That's the difference now. I mean, all three hosts on Golf DMV, this iteration of it, believes that women can drive the ball long as opposed to previous.
Previously we did not believe that, but
previously not all three hosts believed that. There were just two who did.
Now we all
one who thought that they could outdrive.
I thought I
ridiculous.
Could. Yeah, it is. It was ridiculous. I don't know why Vern would even say that.
Olivia Millions. Let's jump to
Olivia Million. This week's winner is Sarah Burnham. This is her rookie year. Well, I take that back. Her rookie year was 2019. She's 25 years old, Michigan State grad. In this event, she finished even. She won $3,801. I did some math because the LPGA website sucks, and she's been in 25 events, and she's had made 9 cuts.
Okay.
And that's all I can tell you.
Wow.
I can't tell you if anyone was top 10. I think I'm trying to think back to what I read. I think one may have been top 10, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. That's to be stretched.
125,000 is what I'm going with.
I'm gonna go a little bit more. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give her $150.
Okay. Well, Vern, you're 0 for 2 today. $99,753 in her 2 seasons so far. I didn't have, because again, I don't have much information. Any information because again, their website sucks. But I'm looking forward to the LPGA. They're off. I take that back. This week they are playing.
They are playing
in Los Angeles, I believe. Yes, because I remember Miss Stackhouse saying on Instagram that she was taking the time off while she was in Hawaii to sightsee, and then she's going to get ready for LA.
Right.
Since she missed the cut.
Since I'm in Hawaii, I may as well sightsee. I ain't playing no golf. So.
There you go. Now, before we move on from the pros, Vern, you had something about Billy Horschel you wanted to talk about.
Billy Horschel. I don't know if anybody saw this, about him, about what he had to say about the putters, about the arm. Okay, look, no. So Billy Horschel basically came out and said, he wants the arm lock putting method banned. And to Billy Horschel, I'd say you need to shut the bleep up. You need to back up.
What do you mean the arm lock?
Just explain now.
Everybody puts it on your forearm. Right, like Bryson.
You get the long shaft.
Yeah, you get the long shaft. You brace it against your forearm.
Your forearm.
It should be banned. And again, bleep out of here, Billy Horschel and everybody else. Listen, look, here's the deal, guy. Give it like 5-10 years. Show me strokes gained putting for the last 20 years. All these guys are doing it. I'm going to read you what he said in a second, but it's to me, it's ridiculous. A new thing shows up. A new thing shows up, and then everybody just goes crazy. Oh, this is killing the game, and I don't know how to. I mean, again, I'll read you his comments for context, but this kind of goes into the Bryson thing with the distance. Oh, he's hitting it too far. He's not hitting it too far. You saw him at the Masters. Nick Faldo told you this is the course where you need distance control. Everybody calm down. Wet the fairways a little bit, won't run out. That's not a big deal. Golf is hard. I get tired of these, somebody does something well 2 times in a row, and now we want to ban it. And look, for anybody listening who was against, I know some people don't like didn't like the anchor putting in 2015 or 2016 when it got banned. Make fun of those guys because of the way it looks, that's fine. But I was against that too because I didn't see if the large majority of winners start coming out and putting I guess strokes on the green drop dramatically. The game cool. It's a conversation to have. But until that happens, just leave it. Golf is so hard.
I didn't understand.
I didn't understand. Yeah, y'all just hating. All right. So here's what he said. I'm bringing up something different here. Quote, this is Billy Horschel. Quote, I'm bringing up something different here, and I'm sort of going out on a limb. But I don't think, thanks a lot, Golf Digest, but I don't think this arm lock putting is, quote, should be allowed either. I'll give the belly putter back and take away the arm lock. Now, what is
really?
Yeah, that's what he said. Let me read the last part. I think when you look at what guys are doing now with the arm lock and moving the grips to the side where it's parallel or matches the face, and then when you do that up against your arm, I mean, it's, the face is dead square, and then the face doesn't rotate at all. It's sort of locked in. Guys are doing it too good.
Then why don't he do it?
Bleep off. Exactly.
Then why don't he do it?
Exactly. Yeah. Bleep off. Guys are doing it.
Come on,
Give me 5 to 10 years of solid data that shows the game has gotten easier, and then this game is so difficult. I think that's the part that I'm finding resentment at. Like somebody, for instance, I put one-handed. Like everybody started doing that, and there was like a run of them, and they started winning. Oh, I don't know about this one-handed putting. It's not easier. Easier. It's all hard. We all suck. All right. So I don't want to get out of here trying to ban stuff. And like you said, Claude, I don't understand why you want to ban something that you don't do.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Do you have personal experience that this works and improves? And if so, why don't you try to do it? Anyone can bulk up and try to be like Bryson and say, I'm just going to focus on distance. Or you can I don't think they should do the anchor putter either. Like Billy Horschel needs to, worry about why he wears those goofy, shiny shoes when he's playing and get with the game and do something different with that.
He's in the water at the Masters and having all that trouble and everything.
And by the way, honestly, and then this past tournament with RBC, he hits on a par 3, he hits his ball in the water. He has to take a drop at the drop zone, and then he does a hole-in-one from the drop zone. He's all like acting bashful about it. Let's go somewhere with these complaints, dude. Honestly, get out of here.
I put it in. I file it with the same, with the same distance complaints with Bryson. Everybody stop with trying to change the. Let the data roll in. Let the tournament, oh, okay, cool. Everybody's shooting 30 under now. Maybe we should make
then we'll look at it.
Yeah, the bleep out of here. So you guys are doing it too good. Putting as hard as hell.
Yeah, Bryson is still missing cuts. He's not winning every tournament he's in, and he hits the ball a mile. And it hasn't made a difference.
And he braces. He does both.
Yeah.
He's doing it and he braces up against the
and he braces too. Yeah.
Billy Horschel should just try to find an advantage for himself. Try to find something in your swing or in your game that can help you. Anyway,
he could probably eat a couple of burgers or probably help him a little bit.
Exactly.
Get your weight up, Billy.
Definitely, he gets his weight up. Before you go, the lady's name I was trying to remember. Last name is Sasso. SASO.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about now.
Yeah. She was in the lead
the first 2 rounds. Yeah, she shot 64 2 days of Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So she had
I had something on this Billy Horschel thing about people having their own little things about golf. So on Facebook, I'm in one of these little you got all kind of groups. Like they got this one Maryland golf group or whatever. There was a guy who posted on there and said that he was playing this weekend at one of the Maryland courses. I can't remember which one it was. And he was paired with a person, and the guy was saying to him, you really shouldn't use a rangefinder. You should go with and really getting on him about using a rangefinder.
Like it was illegal or something?
And he was irritated by it, and the integrity of the game is in question. And I wanted to comment, but I didn't because I don't really get into Facebook discussions and arguments and stuff on social media. But I wanted to say, why did so he was going back and forth about the dialogue he and the guy had. I'm like, why are you even going back and forth with this clown? Yeah. Why would anyone even feel comfortable going to another golfer? This person is probably a jerk in other areas of their life, right? This person is probably a horrible husband and a bad dad. You know what I mean? And is the guy at work who reports other people for taking an hour and a half lunch instead of an hour. This guy is probably just a jerk in general. You know what I mean? And no one wants to be around. To go to someone you don't know and never played with and he's using a rangefinder. By the way, that you can go to any golf store and find one.
Yep.
Players on practice rounds with their caddies are now using rangefinders.
Yep.
And you can go to any pro shop and use it. In any round, you will find a golfer using it. But you want to go to the person that you're playing with, who you don't know, and literally just say, You shouldn't be playing with that. You shouldn't be playing with that.
Yeah.
I wish it was Mr. Lawrence Brooks, not me, because I would be nice and just kind of laugh it off. I wish it was Mr. Lawrence Brooks that this man came to and said something with, and I was Lawrence's partner, because then I would kind of egg it on. I would size it. But if it turned into something physical, I also would help. If it turned into something physical, I would also help. Yeah. But I would definitely size it. And like, what do you guys think about like people who like if you're playing with someone and it's your first time playing with them and you're group with them, like even saying anything about anything, I would change up. Like I like to, if I'm playing by myself, I'll listen to music. But if I'm paired with somebody, I won't turn it on, or I would turn it low enough so where I can only hear it in my cart. But like, what do you think about people having suggestions for people who they've never played with before when it comes to something as simple as a rangefinder? That's ridiculous.
He would have had to play with somebody else.
Yeah.
It'd have been like, you know what, dude? We're not talking about this. You can go back there because you're not hitting with me no more.
Yeah. I know this guy too. This is that guy, Claude, that we had a situation where I worked one time. There were some smokers there. They would take a smoke break. They were allowed a 15-minute smoke break. This is the guy who says, well, I don't smoke. So since they get 15 minutes, we should all be allowed 15-minute breaks. And he made a big deal out of it and ran it up the thing. And eventually, you know what? Regular non-smoking people did start being able to get the ability to take breaks. How long did that last before somebody was like, okay, you know what? All breaks are shut down.
Yeah.
Not everybody's pissed because you over here commenting on tools. Tools. Also get out of here with your answer. Oh, it ruins the integrity of the game. And so I'd be, you know what? Let me see that driver you got. Oh, this is a metal driver. Get that out of here. Here's a wood one. Oh, did you look at the course before you came here today? No. Play it as it lies, sir.
Yeah.
Just show up.
Give me that green book. You don't need that green book.
Yeah, you don't need that green book. Yeah.
And by the way,
I'm just want to say, Claude, it seems very arbitrary where you're going to draw the line on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what tour are you a part of? Oh, I'm sorry. Are we playing in some kind of league today where we can't use rangefinder? Like, why are you even talking to me about this? Like, and then I'm wondering, like, because I'm all into self-improvement. So I want to ask the guy, what about me made you think you could approach me with this? Because whatever made you think you could talk, I want to change that. Right. Whatever made you think that you could talk to me about this. What made you comfortable with me that made you think you could come and approach me about this rangefinder? Because whatever that is, that's what I want to change about me. I'm not even judging you. I'm going to say it's me. Because there's something weird about me that made you think that you can come to me and talk to me about this. And I want to change that about myself.
I like that. That's a line. That's actually a gangster line in a movie that happens right before the guy gets his kneecaps broke.
Right.
Bam, there you go.
It makes you think you could talk to me about my golf game.
Because what I want to do is I don't want to show up at another round next week or next weekend and someone else do the same thing that you did to think that they can say that to me. So what is it about me that made someone like you think that they could talk to me about something as small and as common as a rangefinder? So this way, this will never happen again. I just want to help everybody out. I want to help myself. I want to help anyway. I thought I should bring that up. Before we talk about Waverly Woods, LB, you got some Corn Ferry stuff that you wanted to mention, right?
Yeah, very quickly. So the Corn Ferry was in Las Vegas this past week. They played the MGM Resorts Championship. Mr. Peter, man, why can't people just have like regular names like Jones?
Careful. Regular names.
Regular names, something I can pronounce. Uihlein.
Oh, Yulin.
Yeah, Yulin.
Yulin?
Yeah.
Or
Yulin or Yulin. Okay,
yeah.
Him.
Either one.
Yeah, Peter won. He minus 16. He won by 4 shots. That's all I got. My guy, Tommy, $60 two glove, did not play in this tournament. I specifically looked to see where he finished, but he wasn't in the tournament in this field. So hopefully next week or so, Tommy Two Gloves will get back out there and make me proud.
That's right.
He got to win money for his negotiation.
Yeah, that's right. So he can pay off his wife and the prostitutes.
There you go. So Vern, not that that's the right transition, but Vern, Waverly Woods, Boss Golf came out and played. How was Waverly? Listen, and I think we all agree, probably one of the most underrated courses in Maryland. Waverly's a really good. Well, LB doesn't like it.
No,
but Vern likes it. I like it. Glenn loves it. I love Waverly Woods, man.
Even and so for those that don't know, Boss Golf's on Instagram. Brother named Charles Brown does aerial golf course photography and drone stuff. We talked to him on the show. Go back and listen to the episode. So he came out and we finally linked up to hit with us. He agrees with you, Claude, that Waverly Woods is a hidden gem. And he even told us, because he's been everywhere and played everywhere, that the architect of that course has great courses everywhere. Like basically his library, the way he explains to me was his catalog, his library is solid in all states. Like if you show up and play one of his courses, you're never going to be disappointed.
That would be Joe Hill's,
right?
Or I think Joe Hill Senior, maybe, because Joe.
I don't know who designed or owned it. That's why I didn't say.
Yeah, because Joe Hills is the guy who owns Blue Mash and Waverly, and we've met him. We've talked to him. I mean, Joe Hills is our guy,
right?
And
I thought his dad was the architect, though, right?
And his dad is the architect.
Right. So
he's got courses all over the place. Yeah.
That's Arthur Hills, isn't it? I believe it's
Arthur Hills. That's it.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, Joe Hills is the owner of Waverly Woods, Blue Mash. He got other courses, but Arthur is the designer. Yeah.
Arthur Hills design. So he said his courses are great. So the course, for those who listen in, the course.
Oh, I don't mean to interrupt you too, Vern.
No, what's up?
Joe Hills is our guy. But soon we've got to cash in on some free rounds, Joe, at Waverly and at Blue Mash. But anyway, go.
Absolutely.
Because he is our guy. I mean, he talks to us all the time, and I think he'll do it. He mentioned. Well, we'll talk off air about what he mentioned coming up this summer for us. But anyway, go ahead. We need some free rounds, Joe.
Waverly was in great shape. Waverly was in great shape as usual. It was me, the Boss Golfs, and our friend Coach Howard. For those who don't know, varsity coach at Oxon Hill basketball, men's basketball. And he coaches large.
Wait, wasn't Glenn supposed to play?
No, originally, but then he had something he had to take care of. Okay. Yeah. So it was just the three of us. And here's what. Let me just get this out the way first, because we did have a little bet going on, a little Nassau. So that's basically just front nine, back nine, overall $10 a piece. So I lost $30 by the time we got to the what's that? The break. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Halfway through the round, I was already done. Okay. I'm gonna give Boss Golf his just due. He did win. He won all the money between me and Coach. It was tight coming down the stretch. Yes. Now I'm gonna carry. So first, I'll just tell him and Coach were going. They were very close together. I think he beat Coach by maybe 2 strokes. Boss Golf Charles shot an 85, and Coach was maybe a stroke or 2 behind him. And it was tense. And for those who don't know, if you got that guy who gets quiet and gets really intensely competitive down the stretch, that's Coach. Yeah, he did. Both of them did, and they were it was neck and neck. I think they were actually tied coming into 18. It was great.
Wow,
it was a great match to watch because that's all I was doing was watching. I'm gonna tell you why. Now I lost by 10 strokes. I shot a 95. Let me. I want to swear so bad. So look, listen. When it started off, Charles was chasing me. I think I was ahead of both of them by a couple of strokes. And we got to hole like 4 or 5, and I'm just I'm rolling right along, green and regulation. Green and regulation on a par 4, and I ended up with a 7. Now, in your mind, you say, how did that happen? Did you putt 5 times? Yes. Yes, I did. And just like a fighter fighting Mike Tyson back in the day, who hit power one time, I was shook on the greens for the rest. Bro, I 4-putted twice. Right. Oh, my God.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
No, you didn't.
It was, when I say, look, listen, audience, look, we don't talk about the rounds that much, but this was bad. There was sand on the green. I'm not blaming the greens, but I was struggling with the distance control. I would get within like 3 feet. A 3-putt would be like, I missed it, and then you get to 3 feet and you tap it in. I missed like 1-footers, and then they went a foot past, and then I tapped it back. Because we're betting, they're making me hit every shot. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I was shook after the 5-putt, just like a Tyson fighter, and I was just trying to stay alive.
It's like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Oh my God!
So, but my question is, when you were putting poorly, did Coach rub it in? Because he'll rub it in on you.
No.
Or was he like? It must have been really bad then if he wasn't even
this was like Jets butt fumble bad, where you start to feel sorry for the team. It's like, oh man. Yeah, they had pity for your kid. And so I was really, I was holding in, but I was super pissed because at 95, I'll take a 95, spraying it off the tee, and I don't know what's going on. No, driver's fine. Irons were decent enough. But I was shook. It got to the point where I was like, can I just get it to within 6 inches? And then maybe they'll let me pick it up. I'm so scared. I don't know what it was. Now, to be fair, I was absolute trash, but the greens were difficult to control. So
they always are.
They always are. Charles and Coach would admit that because they also both missed 1-footers. They both had a couple where they tapped it, tapped it in, went out, went a foot past. Yeah. So there were no putts here where you could just be like, oh, we're in a foot, pick it up. No, you had to get over it and drill it in the hole. And then I think the sand, they were rolling true, but the sand caused a little bit of skidding. And in terms of where's the ball going to stop? It just didn't want to stop or whatever. But I did play like trash. I lost all my money. He He talked to him. I don't know where we're at on time. He talked hella trash at the end, Charles.
He
Oh,
did?
did he?
Oh yes.
Oh.
Oh yes.
After
He
it was
said,
over.
oh, he said I should shot a 78. He said from where we were playing. He said maybe next time we'll get some greens that are easier for you guys. And so him and coach now.
Dang.
Now I'm already defeated, so I don't care. Like to me, you're like talking to it was 48-10 in the second quarter. I don't care. I'm like, yeah, we'll. Coach, coach is a little competitive. This is the first time they met. I couldn't tell at the end. Coach was taking it well, but by the, Charles kept saying stuff. Coach was like, I hit my ball, champ. Don't worry about it. And so I'm like, okay. He looks like he's taking it okay, but I don't want this to go on too much longer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to hit the head before I left. And as I'm walking out, I see Charles walking back to his car. And he's like, yeah, I took my scorecard over to coach. Just to give it to him. I signed it for him and everything. I was like,
dang. Dang.
Yes. So Coach Howard said, he said, I'll be seeing you again, Charles. I'll be seeing you again.
Yes. So now we've got someone who has coach's attention, and his attention can be off of us.
Claude, listen. So much so that while they got into the heated trash talk at the end, Coach just sideswiped me. Coach Charles was like, I don't want you to feel like Brown's bringing out ringers. He's like, I ain't bringing out no ringers. And then he said something, and then Coach was like, and Charles mentioned me. He was like, he's light work. I got my eye on you now. I was like, I'm light work.
Dang.
I've been within like a stroke or two of Coach every time. I've never been blown off the map.
Wait. So Coach called you light work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now he did it in the heat of being, because he's basically going at Charles. So he just dismissed me, just like no, we ain't talking about him. I'm talking about you. I was like, dang, this is my guy. I've known him my whole life. But
enough about me. Let's talk about you.
Yeah. So Waverly's in great shape, everybody. Waverly's in great shape. If just bring get there early, bring your and putt. Some greens was no joke, Slim. Them jokes was no joke.
So the one that you went for, is that the one? I'm trying to remember for. Is that the one? Well, I was gonna say because the fairway
talking about the 5 putt.
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly. It's I can't, like, hole 4 or 5. It's the one where basically the fairway goes sharply down
the hill.
Yeah, and then there's the green is just over like a ravine.
The little creek.
Yes,
the little runs.
I actually hit a drive, LB, to over the creek off the tee to within like 60 yards, like just in front of the green. I could have bumped and run it up there. Wow. And just chipped it to within 15 feet, and then 5 putted. And then after that, I felt the left hook, and I didn't want it anymore. And they wouldn't throw in the towel. They wouldn't let me off the hook. Can I just give you guys $10? Yeah, no, I was done. I was done.
I know the hole you're talking about, and I don't. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I don't particularly care for that. Of course, it's everything. The greens are just, there's so many undulations in those greens.
Yeah.
And the fairway is not even flat. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing?
And that's the thing. You'll be hard pressed to find an even lie at Waverly in the fairways. Yeah. But I like the course.
But there are some easy holes too.
That course is nice though. I mean, if you're in that, what's that, like right off 70 maybe?
Yeah, 70 and 40.
Yep. Man, if you're in that area or even anywhere in the DMV, go play Waverly, man. Like, treat yourself, like, and if you struggle,
bring $100 and take $100 and go out there.
Yeah, and just play and enjoy it. It's a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, Manny started his PGA Junior thing this past week. He had a practice on Tuesday where they just kind of putt, driving range, and you look at some of the kids, and they said some kids who started, they just hadn't played at all, and you could tell. Right. But they had a scrimmage at Enterprise, and Manny was paired with a player. So he's on Paint Branch in Greenbelt. He's on the Paint Branch team.
Right. That's
where he practices, does his thing. They played one team from Enterprise. Now, none of the tee boxes for anyone under so boys who are 13 and 12 play from back tees that they set up in the fairway. So it's about maybe 140, 125, depending on. And then there's some everyone else plays from the forward tees, unless you can play from the back tees. So anyway, Manny is on the forward tees. There's a kid from Paint Branch they teamed him up with, who never played before. Like the Tuesday practice was the first time he swung his golf ball.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And he was like 9 years old or so. And so, and so they asked me, and I always get roped into these things, whether it's coaching the basketball team, coaching the football team, the soccer team. So I get there, Manny's at the driving range putting. He said, "Hey, Claude, do you want to, score?" And I'm like, I was
Must I?
watch, but so fine. So anyway, as we're going around, this one kid, who's on Manny's team, who he's paired with as far as the team play, I'm asking him, "Hey, you having fun?" He's like, "No," and I'm like, "Well, do you like to play golf?" "No."
No.
Well, do
my
you
parents
want
are
to
making me do this?
Yeah, I'm like, "Do you want?" He's like, "No, I don't want to do this." It's like, so you're not even having no, and he's hardly paying attention. He can't really swing, so whatever.
Right.
So it's basically Manny by himself,
Right.
And then in the scrimmage, and he's playing against 2 10-year-olds. Both of these boys have played multiple years in the PGA Junior, and they're 10. They're 2 years older than him.
Wow.
And when I say these 2 boys can hit, they can
wow.
hit. I mean, they can hit. But the difference was they couldn't chip and they couldn't putt.
Okay.
And that's not necessarily Manny's strong suit, but he chipped and putt his butt off, and the team ended up tying. And I was just proud to see how he was nervous at first,
right?
But then after the first, they lost the first hole by 2 strokes. The second hole, because of like I said, the guy Manny was paired with, his partner, he couldn't play. I mean, this kid never swung a club. He didn't want to play golf. He was like, "I don't want to do this. This is not fun." And so, but Manny got a 4 on that hole by himself and at least tied. So the way they do it, they only play 6 holes.
Okay.
And so they tied. So in each 2-hole sections equals like 1 match, basically.
Okay.
And so 2, 3, so 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, those are matches, 3 matches. So he won the second hole by himself because the other kid didn't want to do anything. So he won that match. He drove the green on 3. He missed an easy birdie putt. I wonder where he gets that from. And then, and so, but he still won that hole. So they split that one. And then he lost the last 2 holes. But their team in total tied it. So, but the cool thing was that he, when it came to like short game, y'all know Manny, like most of us, doesn't want to work on chipping and putting.
Right.
Unlike Lawrence. Lawrence will work on short game. Most of us don't want to work on it at all. After the match, he wants to putt. He wants to chip. He wants to work. Because I'm like, listen, these because in the thing, he's usually the youngest. Like with the drop shot putt, he was the youngest, and this he's kind of the youngest. And it's like you're not going to beat 10 and 11-year-olds driving. You're not going to be able to outdrive them. They've been playing in this thing for 2-3 years or so. You're not going to be able to outdrive them. Where you're going to win is if you can keep your driver or your hybrid straight off the tee box and can chip and putt.
Yeah.
Who needs that advice?
Yeah.
Me.
Everybody.
And I'm sitting here. Listen, I'm sitting here telling the 8-year-old this, and I'm like, I've been trying to tell myself this for 5 years, and I don't listen to me. So why do I even think he is? And what was he doing earlier this week? Chipping and putting that paintbranch. Dad, can we go and putt? Can we go and chip? And he's working on short game. Who didn't work on it? Me, watching him do it. Why am I not there doing the same thing?
Right.
I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I don't want to get good at the game. I don't want to get good. That's it. So I have a whole update. I'm sorry, Vern, go ahead. Yeah. So I have a whole update coming up next week. It comes. They play for real next week at Enterprise, and the next 4 matches are at Paint Branch. We'll see how he does. We'll see how it. And he's sitting here in this camera.
Yeah.
My home court is Paint Branch.
Yeah, your home course is Paint Branch.
For this league, at least.
All right. Yeah. Get out of here. All right, y'all. It's Golf DMV.
One quick question, Vern. When are your clubs coming in? Have you inquired where your new clubs are? Okay. And to qualify it. Yeah. Nothing. Right. Right. So I got a week and a half before I go out to see your boy too. So I go Friday after next.
Wait a minute. So we're all going to that, right, Vern? We're going to it, or are we not going to? Okay.
Oh, I'm getting chaperoned. I didn't know I was getting chaperoned.
Well, because it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing now because of the first fitting with Brendan with your irons.
Right. Okay.
And how you didn't need any new ones. Right. And so now we're like, let's just see what this guy said.
He didn't say everything was perfect. He said that they weren't that much better than what I had. Not much better. Right.
And we'll have an update on that and much more, folks, at Golf DMV. Thanks for listening.